sure all of us would have heard it at some point of life is the only constant in life is change. Yeah. So when you talk about change fatigue, let me first get into what causes change fatigue, which I'm sure most of us have experienced it at some point of time in our journey. So the three common, which I believe changes which happens in an organization, first is due to maybe mergers and acquisition. Second is any kind of digital transformation. And third is really any kind of structural or cultural changes. Now, I'm sure each one of us have faced at least one of it. I have faced all three of it, so I know, and change is change. It makes us uncomfortable, because we as human, we are not used to the unknown. So it really makes us uncomfortable. Now, what causes the change fatigue? These are the changes which happens. What causes the change fatigue, especially in the time and era wherein we stay now, where AI is the big word nowadays. A lot of technological evolutions which is happening, and we stay in an era where different generations are there. So from generation X, Y, Z, when I go back to, I can give my personal example. My mom, when the whole WhatsApp thing started, she was not really, comfortable. And we have such people in our organization. So for them, for everyone, the technological changes is different. For Gen Z, it's not that much, whereas for Gen X, it is that much, right? Now, let me deep down one by one on the three examples which I gave on. So first is merger and acquisition. So when that happens, we as an HR, we have this responsibility to ensure, the processes between the mother company and the acquired company comes under that. So how do we do that? Here we have to be inclusive, we have to be empathetic, and we have to also be mindful that one size doesn't fit all, right? So we are very inclusive. We take feedback, we run those cultural cafes, learn from best of both the worlds, and somewhere find a mid ground where people feel included, people feel heard. When you do that, automatically the change doesn't look like something which is uncomfortable. It looks like, yes, I can navigate this, and it is good. With the bigger picture is the organization in the mind. The second thing which I quoted, the digital transformation. It could be a lot of IT companies are there where for example, engineers have to go through a lot of the new requirement. There is a new requirement. I have to learn this course, that course, AI course. In AI also there are so many, and we are all still learning. And same goes for us as an HR as well. Psychometric test, L&D, this, that, everything. So upskilling is something which is deep rooted. Now, what happens is in digital transformation is when you say to the employees, we have designed this, you have to do it. They won't own it. So somewhere we have to shift the narrative and saying, don't look it as an obligation, but look it as an empowerment. We are empowering you. When you do that, automatically they are co-owners with us. We as an HR, we are catalyst. The onus is not on us. We work hand in hand with everyone, the employees, the C-suite. So we need everyone together to ensure that change happens. And when you make, like you rightly said, Vibha, accountability, when you make it accountable, automatically they own it. And then even in digital transformation, creating collaborative spaces where you give them that safe space. When employees feel psychologically safe, they feel, okay, it's okay to experiment, where they can share some new things which they have discovered, which someone else don't know. Those kind of safe spaces, which really helps in driving that digital transformation. And last but not the least, which is the cultural and structural changes, which I'm sure it's part of the business. It happens, it's unavoidable. So how do we ensure it is subtle and everyone is included in that? Firstly, telling them what's in it for them, showing them the bigger picture, how this will positively help the organization and positively help the employees in their own personal growth or personal trajectory. So overall, and there is a lot when you talk about change fatigue. It's an endless topic, but I thought these are the three big ticket items which everyone goes through it, irrespective of whichever industry they belong. So like I said, as an HR, when we understand the culture, the change fatigue, and try to build the culture around it, which is primarily shifting the narrative from an obligation to empowerment, like in the case of digital transformation, creating a collaborative space, and celebrating the success. It is equally important, because people want to be seen, no matter whichever generation they are. Maybe the modes of how they want to be seen is different, but people want to be. When you applaud them publicly, automatically you have their buy-in. And last but not the least, HR is not the sole owner of culture. And onus is not just on us, it is everybody, right from the C-suite. We need sponsors, and then also the employees. So it's all hand in hand together.